Now, before you got to Drag Race, we have the pageant that sparked a million plot lines on Drag Race, honey. We got Miss Gay America. First, you were the first alternate, and then you were the winner.
Right, right. And there's so many rumors about that.
Right, we got to set the record straight, because Alyssa was the original winner.
Right,
and then she won, and then you took over the crown. And before that, your relationship was something really good, supportive.
You know what, and believe it or not, our relationship before that and after that, once we had our conversation, it's been perfect. It's been wonderful. The thing that happened with Alyssa and I were always good competitors, and we knew it. We were at the pageant. It was 50-something girls, 56 girls, I think, at the pageant. And Alyssa come over and she's like, girl, it's coming down to you and me in the pageant. I was like, well, girl, listen. We both doing dance numbers. You're a technical dancer. You're absolutely amazing. I would not mind being your first runner-up, but let's just battle this out and see how it ends. And it ended up, she got crowned that night. And a lot of people do not know how genuinely happy for her I was that night. I mean, I lost. I was first runner-up. I still got a good check.
Right.
But we went right upstairs. She took the crown off. I'll never forget, she took her pictures, she did everything, we did everything downstairs. We went back to her hotel room, she took the crown off, she sat it down, she took a pad and pencil, and she said, you're coming back next year and you're coming back to win. And we went to writing, and she went to saying, you're gonna do this, and I'm getting J.D. Martin to do your gown, and I'm doing your talent, and this and other. We had that type of friendship. So when I got the call, out of the clear blue, it was like this weird call. I was on my way to a booking, got this call and said, hi, a lawyer. Like, a lawyer? Oh, shit, what the hell did I do? You know? Like,
right?
Like, oh. And he said, tomorrow this is happening at 12 noon. And I was like, well, no. And he was like, well, yes. And what people don't understand about pageants on that level is, you sign a contract. If you renege on that contract, they can sue you, and you can be banned for life. Wow. So I would have, if I had either fought it or bucked it, I would have basically not ever had the opportunity to be Miss Gay America.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that because it became such a big scandal about the crown being taken from her. And I felt so bad for her, but I couldn't get her on the phone.
Really?
And we used to talk every day. So, and afterwards, when we did talk, I found out she was going through such an emotional, with them taking the crown from her, she was going through her own emotional thing at the time. So we didn't get a chance to talk to each other. And I was calling, saying, girl, this is gonna happen tomorrow. What happened? Why is this happening? And then, oh my gosh, and you know, it's social media. So I was completely, oh my God, everybody attacked me. It was Coco stole the crown.
Yeah.
This and other. Coco told on Alyssa this and told what? I don't even know what they were talking about.
Right.
It was so many different stories, and we were like, wait a minute, what's going on? So we didn't talk for 2 years.
But here's the mystery that is still yet to be solved. What happened with Alyssa and the crown? Okay. Why did Alyssa lose the crown?
There was some differences between her and the owners of the pageant at the time. Alyssa, what a lot of people do not understand and know about Alyssa, and you probably get to know it now from Dancing Queen and all her other shows, the things that she's been doing, which have been absolutely amazing. She is a businessman. She's a businessman. She had so much going on. And Alyssa will win the pageant, and she's on to the next thing. Well, with Miss America, they're like, your crown, wait, by the way, the whole year, you gotta work, you gotta do this. And Alyssa's like, oh no, baby, wait. You know how Alyssa is.
Yes.
Baby, I got to do, no, y'all got to let me. And a lot of people were like, oh, she's wrong, she's this, she's that. And I'm like, no, you guys, you don't understand. She is all about the business, and she's all about getting things done. Miss America was just a pageant that required so much of your time that she wasn't able to give that time.
Right.
And her and the owners got into it. And they didn't even give me an option. It was, we're doing this now, and it's, you have to accept it.
Please report to get your crown.
You've got to accept it. So, and it was hard on me. It was hard on my marriage.
I bet.
Oh my God, it put a strain on it. Miss America, that year was very hard on my life. It was a really hard life. Because we all just want to win. We all compete, we just want to win.
Yeah.
And she won, and it was 6 points between us, and we were happy. We were like, girl, that was a tough one, but you did it. We're good.
Right.
And you'll come back next year and win. And people don't understand that. That's the real deal. And no one has told the story fully. Clearly.
Like, we've heard so many little bits.
And that's the full story of what happened. It wasn't as, of course, for TV, it gets long and drawn.
Girl.
Well, what the TV wanted to portray, they wanted to talk more about the fact that we hadn't talked for 2 years and that we were finally going to see each other.
Right.
And I think with Alyssa, at the time, she just didn't... Alyssa knew. I looked up to Alyssa. So I was there when she won USA, Miss USA. I was such a huge fan before I was a friend. And then when I became a friend and that happened to her, it wasn't that she was embarrassed, but she felt like she let people down. And she hadn't let anybody down. It was just they had differences. And so she would never pick up the phone.
Right.
She's like, Coco's calling. You know, I'm like, and then people were attacking me. So it was like,
and were they whispering in her ear too? Like, was she from you?
Coco said this. So they would attack me online, and you know me, I'm gonna, you're gonna say something about me, I'm gonna say something back. I'm like, well, girl, I'm laying on the beach drinking a margarita with my crown sitting here. So then they would snapshot that, and then they would send it to her, and then it'd be like, oh, Coco's throwing you shade. It was not shade with me and her. And they made it into this big old thing, and I was like, no.
Well, then little did you know that you were about to come face crack to face crack, back together to rehash this experience.
Leave it to Mama Ruth, honey. She will find a way.
So let's talk about Drag Race. So how many times did you audition for it?
I auditioned once.
One time. It got on.
One time.
Now, did you know Alyssa was going to?
I had no idea.
They obviously knew about your relationship somehow.
We hadn't talked in 2 years, so I had no idea that she was actually going to be there. And when I walked in the room and she was there, I was like, oh, this is going to be... And then first thing in my mind was, oh, okay, finally we can have this conversation.
Yeah.
And we can talk. Because I felt abandoned. I was like my friend. I lost my friend. I gained the crown, and I had to smile and wave and be, studious and all the right answers. But I lost my friend.
Yeah.
And I couldn't communicate with her.
So then you finally, there's your friend, you're back together, but now there's 50 cameras, a bunch of other bitches in the room trying to get another crown.
Right.
And they're giving you like, the diva has arrived, and that's reaction, reaction.
Right.
How did Drag Race know to put y'all on together, or was that just good luck?
You know what? I think they had an insight. Because Alyssa and I had a lot of the same friends. We all ran it, Alexis, Yada, Sophia, all of us, we ran in the same circle in pageantry.
Yeah.
So we were all in pageantry, and I think a little birdie, a Puerto Rican birdie, I'm not gonna say no name, bam.
Okay.
Said, well, if y'all really want a story, you will go find this girl and tell her, make sure she auditions. So, I mean, because, you always say your friends are like, oh, you should audition for Drag Race. I was already in Vegas. I was on billboards. I was like, I'm getting older. I'm not getting no younger. Let me go ahead and enjoy my time in Vegas. And it was like, you know what, you should do Drag Race. And I was like, I don't know about this reality TV thing. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And that's how it happened. And then I walk in, and there she was.
Right.
Oh.
And were you shocked?
I was shocked. I was really shocked, but I was more so relieved that she was there, because I felt like whatever happened with this $100,000, win or lose, at this point, I'm either gonna be able to close this chapter in my life, or I'm gonna get my friend back. And it became for me, and there were so many other things going on in my life that people didn't know when I went to Drag Race. When I went to Drag Race, my husband had just been diagnosed with cancer.
Wow.
And he was about to go through chemo.
Wow.
So he was reporting to go through chemo. So a lot of the emotions that people saw, they thought, God, Coco just cannot get out of her head about this Alyssa thing. It wasn't even that per se. It was, I started to feel guilty. I was like, I'm here on a set, filming a set, and I've lost both my parents to cancer, and now my husband is going through cancer. I don't know if he's going to make it through this. Luckily for me, he's doing really, really well. He's doing great with his bout with cancer. And I felt like it's my fault. I'm sitting here on set. How selfish of me.
Right.
How selfish to sit on set while this man is fighting for his life that I love. And once again, I felt like it was my fault. Because I said the words I love you.
Right, exactly.
And if I say the words I love you, it's like, same thing with Alyssa. Alyssa and our relationship, when it got to the point of love, I was like, I love you, we're close. I lost her.
Wow.
For 2 years. And then I felt like I was gonna lose him. So it was, for me, it was just all these emotions, and you sit on the set and there's 6 cameras in your face and you're like, ah, geez, I'm such a horrible person.
Right.
Because I'm sitting here on set.
Right.
Yeah, I went through that, and it was painful. It was a painful experience. And people don't know, you know, a lot of people didn't know that, because I keep stuff. I don't want sympathy. I rather people, I was always the type of person I wanted to make people happy. Through performing and doing things, I never wanted people to see the side of me that, hey, I'm human too. I wanted to be seen as invincible. So it was really hard. It was a hard time for me.
I bet. But you still slayed it on Drag Race.
Thank you.
I will never forget this part right here, where you did that cold-hearted snake lip sync, sweetie, and you wanted the judges to see I've got every word.
Well, you know what? And I was thinking, too, at the same time with Mocha, because Mocha would always tell me, she's like, girl, you can be a wonderful dancer, you can backflip, you can death drop and everything else. If you don't know the words to the song, I'm not buying it. You can sell it to somebody else, because it is not what we're buying this week. So I wanted to make people know that I actually studied what I was gonna perform, and I wanted people to feel it. If it says, I'm so excited, I wanted to be excited.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be doing Whitney Houston saying, and I will always love you. Unbelievable. You don't believe that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what my thing with performing, and I just wanted to be perfect. I wanted everything to be perfect. I knew my makeup wasn't gonna be perfect. I'm not a makeup artist.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And TV lights and all that's a different thing.
And they, you know, they make sure.
Oh, I mean, they've roasted you for years about that.
But you know what? I'm not mad. I built 2 houses and paid 2 mortgages and built my summer home off of being orange. So they can talk about it all they want. They can, and they can buy my orange merchandise and everything else. And Jeffree Star, if you're listening, we can come out with an orange line, put my face on it. Let's do it. I'm fine. Let's do it.
I mean, you had some incredible quotes. Get her, Jade. We still all feel that today.
Yes, because that was the inner part of me, because Alyssa had left me and I hadn't talked to her. So when her and Jay were going through it, I was just like, ooh, girl, this is good. Get her, girl. Get her for me, girl.
Yeah. And then, of course, I'm not joking, bitch.
Oh my. We were you know what? That is so funny that came out, because we were getting ready and Alyssa was really pushing it. She was really pushing it, girl. Miss Thing, you know what? You and wear that crown. I got that moment to say, I was like, okay, Alyssa, now you really pushing it, girl. And then she's like, oh, girl, I was just joking. I'm like, girl, no, well, I'm not joking, bitch.
Exactly. Oh, at all.
At all. At all.
Now, how did you feel when Drag Race came out, you get this big spotlight, and then it's just all the drama that you went through and then resolved has to get replayed out again now for what is kind of the most toxic audience in any fan base in the world?
It's true, because actually the drama for us, literally, we had the conversation and we ended up fine. But when you watch it on TV, it's like episode after episode after episode. And what happened with Alyssa and I, we became sisters again. So we, just like your sister, one day y'all have fun, you're laughing, and you're going to the mall. The next day, you're reading the hell out of each other and calling each other names and all kinds of stuff. So that's what was happening. You were seeing it in real time with me and Alyssa. We were catching up. We were catching up. We had a lot of good times, which they didn't show. But
of course not.
But they made sure those bad times were magnified.
Right.
And we went at each other. But you know what? It made us both better. I mean, she is a she's a mogul right now.
Oh, yeah.
Things are amazing for her, and that's what she always wanted. For me, I was more so, I like to be behind the scenes. I own a lot of pageants that people don't even know about, and I'm the money behind them. I don't want to be out front. I was, even in college when I was studying theater, I liked the tech side of it more than I did like being on stage. And everybody said, oh, but you're so good on stage. I said, but I want to know how those lights, if you hook them up to this and that, are gonna look and work and make the set look beautiful. So that was my thing. I had this whole backstage feel about me that I love to do. And people say, oh, I didn't know that about you. But that's where I make most of my money, being backstage.
I forget who said it on here, was like, y'all don't know, but COCO MONTRESE is a businessman, honey.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm a businessman, for sure.
I love it. Well, you're also a drag mother, and you've brought your drag daughter here with us.
I brought my baby with me.
So we're gonna be back with COCO and Kahanna Montrese right after this.
Yay! Hello, children. To see part 3 of this interview, click here. To see more Hey Qween fabulousness, click here. And don't forget to subscribe, bitch! Hey! Hey! Hey!